Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Tonight we have another custom battle. These custom battles are going to be beneficial at teaching people tactics, advanced tactics that'll help you dominate in Bannerlord. We can do very specific circumstances and try some unique tactics. This is by far the most requested video I get, as that's how do you deal with Khuzait? How do you deal with these huge amounts of horse archers, right? They have this mass of horse archers here. And I'm basically going to try some pretty dynamic tactics to try to trap and destroy their horse archers. So in this battle, we're going to give them basically a numerical advantage of about 20% of our units. We're also going to give them the home field advantage, right? They're going to be on the steppe. That's basically wide open terrain. In fact, I previewed this battlefield. I just took a look and came back to it. Before I did that as well, and before I started the recording, just like all the other custom battles, I clicked all the different unit options. That way, when it's sort of assigning the troops on the field, you have a fair amount of spearmen, militia, but you also have some elite units, and you also have some fucking guys in bathrobes, like blacksmiths. Same thing with the enemy. They've got Khan's guards, but they're also going to have some weaker noble line. That hopefully makes it a fairly equal battle as far as army composition. As far as the amount of different troops, this is pretty similar to what you'll actually face when you're fighting the Khuzaits. You'll face almost 50% horse archers, and then a little bit of a mix of infantry, archers, and heavy cav. Meanwhile, for the Imperials, very similarly. This was actually done with the random thing, and I just toned the horse archers down a bit just to make it a little bit more realistic. So again, they've got an advantage, a home field advantage. They've got this Monchug looking motherfucker who looks exactly like Genghis Khan would look if he, if he was into drip and 2024 Instagram stuff, and into battle we go. My command, the guy says. Alright, so you see we have this wide open battlefield. There's nowhere for us to hide. We have no elevational advantages or anything like that. It's basically a bad situation to face the horse archers, and we're going to do our best to try to figure out a victory here. So I'm not going to use an 8th Corps. I know that's a change that people are probably surprised by. This is going to be a unique battle. I'm going to fight it in a unique way. So the skirmishers are going to be a highly mobile unit. I'm going to be moving these guys quickly. I'm going to have one archer division, just all archers in the 5th division, because I'm going to have 3 different cav divisions that all have different roles. One of them will be defensive, and we'll have low-tier troops. There'll be like 20, 30 guys in there. The next one will be like 35, 40 guys, give or take. I'm trying to figure out my numbers here. 35, 40. 40's good. We'll lock that off. We're going to make them defensive with shields. And what I mean by defensive is weaker troops, right? They're not going to be charging into battle. And then the second cav, as is often the case, these are going to be my killers. Finally, there's the 1st infantry. They're going to just hold the center. You'll see in a moment kind of how things look, because we're actually going to be able to make up our battlefield right here. And we're actually not going to move it too much until the enemy approaches. So 1st infantry right here. Just kind of in the center of the battlefield. Behind them, the 5th archers, right, in a big old loop, a big old group of them. I'm going to have the 4th cav on this side over here, just sort of protecting against lancer charges, right? They're heavy cav charges. Over here, a larger batch of heavy cav. These guys have shields. They're not very strong cav. But they're holding shields, so they'll be able to block a lot of the arrows. And then the 6th Corps. Now these guys got shields. These guys are skirmishers. They might throw javelins, but the big key is they have shields. And I'm going to use these 2 divisions, the 3rd and the 6th, to try to trap the horse archers. If they come up and try to circle us, like horse archers often do, we're going to use these 2 divisions to swivel over, close off their escape, and then try to mangle them with our 2nd and 7th Cavalry. Right. Speaking of the 2nd and 7th Cavalry, I might move my units up a little bit. It looks like I'm right against the edge of the map, and I want the enemy to be able to get behind me. It really defeats like the whole purpose of this. Yeah, if we're, I want these guys to not shoot us or waste arrows. If we're too close to the edge of the map, then the enemy's not going to be able to circle us. It's really going to defeat the whole point of the whole thing. We all know that if you circle, or if they can't circle, it's a lot less effective for their troops to attack you. Right? It's probably the easiest way to beat Khuzait is just to go to the edge of the map and then sort of prevent them from circling you in the first place. I'm actually going to drag this 4th cavalry unit as well, just because I don't think there's going to be any attacks from our right flank, at least not early in this battle. So it's a huge massive horse archers, and they're in range, so we're going to open fire. I'm keeping my shield out for this battle. They're going to be raining in a lot of arrows. Guys are already dying. They'll suffer losses too, though, and they are taking the bait. They're coming right up there, exactly like we wanted. Like a big bait ball. They're sort of spreading out. That's because they took a lot of losses there.
Shield forward!
So I'm sending in my cav to basically herd them up the valley here. I'm watching behind me to see what's happening, but I want their horse archers sort of getting behind us here. And some people are probably cringing, why would you want horse archers behind you? Here's why. We're going to make a big fucking traffic jam that they're going to have a hard time getting out of. Right? I've now made 2 different lines. The 3rd cav and the 6th, those are the skirmishers, and they're in big long lines because this 130 horse archers, I don't want them getting out of here, at least not without a fucking beating. I'm going to keep following them. So they're like moving up the hill. Some of them look like they're routed, which would be shocking for so early in this battle.
Get moving! Make a line!
Right, I'm moving these units up here because we're going to try to restrict their exit path, right? I basically want them to pay, they're going to pay a toll basically for leaving this battlefield.
Side by side! Make a line! Form a line!
Right, so there's cav and infantry that I just sent up there in a big line. We're basically just herding them. Right? Now these guys get shifted in the shield wall because I want them to tighten up, so that the enemy has both a hard time attacking him and getting out. Look at how badly they're getting jammed up. Right? This is where the strategy really pays off. It's rush hour, only it's rush hour with a spear up your ass. As my enemy, or as my allied cavalry charge in the rear, they're shot with arrows, none of them can move, it's rush hour, and they're all fucking dead. I mean, not all dead, but that was a dinner party that they're never coming back to, right? Their wife got sick, their dog died, ate something bad, the guests were rude. That was not a good outcome for them. One last kill for the road here. Actually, I think their whole... They either routed, they might all be dead. Either they all routed or they died. I think they all died. We did lose quite a few troops there. Right, you're going to have an exchange like that. You're going to lose some troops. So now we're in a bit of an archer duel here.
Get moved side by side.
And it's moved into kind of the second phase of the battle. Right? So I'm going to start moving units back in. I need to move this kind of quickly. I'm going to have skirmishers on this hill. The 1st infantry's there. I'll send the 2nd cavalry across. The 4th cavalry can be here, and then the 3rd cavalry is just kind of in the middle, because what we want to be able to do here is I want to be able to counter cavalry charges, right? I'm watching their infantry. We've got some nice ranged units. We're going to be able to do some nice damage here. So I'm sending both of these cavalry out here to counter this cavalry charge. Over there, the 2nd cavalry is sent in to counter that cavalry charge, right? Before this cavalry reaches us, I want their momentum killed, and now that they're here, our infantry swings into action. Kill them all, right? I want these infantry foaming at the mouth, attacking any cavalry nearby, right? Fuck these guys. We're killing every single cavalry that's near us, right? Now, their main infantry line is coming up as well. So I want my 1st and 6th both coming in and attacking their infantry. Drill a few of them in the face with a javelin or two. Right? On the other side, the 2nd cavalry is doing a pretty good job of keeping their enemy cav busy, but I now want to use them and concentrate firepower here. I'm also moving my archers up, and this might seem crazy to you, but what I'm doing here is I'm sending my archers into melee battle. I'm dragging my archers right into this fight to finish off the enemy. They're close enough now you give them the attack. And it's basically everybody attacks. This is the old F1, F3. In this case, it's warranted. I want a concentrated attack on all of their infantry that's left here. I want to break their morale or kill all of them. Everybody's coming up. There are some archers that'll keep shooting if they have arrows, right? And that's what's happening back there. Now they're routing. Okay. so we can set up the next phase. Their archers.
Horses!
I'm going to have their cavalry following me. My archers can move up. I just moved my skirmishers into a big long shield line. The 7th archers can also follow us, right? So that's, I think, 1, 2, 3. I think that's 4 different archer, 4 different cav groups that are all following us. Right? It's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th. Meanwhile, my skirmishers can slowly move in for battle here. The archers are shooting. And now what we're going to do with these cavalry, besides distracting their archers, is we're going to drive them right through their right through their archers. Cut off a few heads. Just drive them through like a train, right? Now they do have cons guards. I just saw like 10, 12 cons guards in there. We're going to have to focus on their cons guards. Still, I want my skirmishers chasing down their archers. I don't want these guys having a chance to set up again, right? They got cons guards sort of in here protecting them. It's like their last stand, right? So I'm driving my cavalry right through. I'm bringing the archers up in case we have to bring our archers into one last attack here, right? This is an all hands on deck situation. Now I just heard some archers panicking. Their cons guards are still a major problem, right? I've got to watch the damage they're doing, and they can also cause major damage to your morale. But I'm bringing my archers up to make sure that their archers rout. It looks like they're routing. Give them a little shot for the road there. And I think we're home free. So it wasn't easy, right? It never is against an opponent where you're outnumbered 20% and fighting in their home court, right? This is like going to play in Chicago during Michael Jordan's run in the 90s, right? It's very difficult to win home games on the enemy's court. But in this case, superior tactics, some good timed attacks, some good timed counterattacks ultimately led to success here. This is probably going to be a 5 or 6 part series of tactics in these custom battles. I might take requests occasionally. We'll see how busy I get. I get a lot busier once the sun starts shining. Once the sun starts shining, that's a tongue twister. Say that a couple times. I'm an outdoor person, and when it rains sideways all winter, I tend to make a lot more videos like this. I tend to be a lot more of an indoor guy. So if you're interested in having certain battles done like this, now's your chance. Make requests, and I'll do my very best to kind of show you different, unique ways of defeating the enemy. In this case, 550 Khuzaits, are sent to their grave, and 148 of our guys are going to go home tonight and enjoy some amazing food. Right, the best night of sleep they've ever had, and some good food. Right, that's how it would be if you won an amazing victory like this. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments, likes, the enthusiasm for the channel keeps me going. You guys are great, and thanks again for watching.